Okay. Hello everyone, this is Gulinkar Chima and you're watching Top Awards channel, the channel you all must watch. So today I am here to talk about my experience where I gave a IELTS examination test, and today specifically I am here to talk about my listening. So basically I scored 8 bands in my listening. So I want to share my experience that how I scored that. So, in the beginning, when I started practicing my IELTS test, at that time I was really very bad in listening. I remember that I used to get 15 or 16 score, that's it. And I remember for 15 to 20 days this all happened, and finally I decided that it's not going to work for me. I should definitely talk to my teacher about that. So I talked to my teacher, my tutor, my Praveen sir, and I asked him that what should I do to improve my listening. So he told me that first thing, the main thing is that before improving anything, first of all, we have to analyze in what portion we are weak and what are our strengths. So, as he told me, and at that time, I recognized that yes, first of all, I have to analyze that in the listening, what are my weaknesses and what are my strengths. So after analyzing and after understanding what kind of things I was not good in, I analyzed that I was very bad in maps and MCQs and some sort of headings. So he told me that first of all you have to focus on your listening. In such case, I mean, you have to focus on your maps, your MCQs, and your those topics, the topics in which basically some activities are being mentioned over there, and below there are some kind of names and etc are mentioned, and we have to match that. So he told me that there are some of the tricks which I can use. So first of all, in case of MCQs, most of the students do face some difficulties in case of MCQs. So in my case, how I improved it, basically I first of all used to look at the headings and used to mark that what kind of keywords are mentioned over there. For example, like doctor is doing that, so any specific task, so I used to underline that. And then in case of three options, I used to just mark some key points, like if it's mentioned that doctor is working in a hospital, or doctor is on leave, or doctor is doing a surgery, so surgery and some work, I mean, I used to underline those specific words. So when the audio used to play, it was really very easy for me to find the answer. So I remember that it took me 15 to 20 days to improve that, but it really helped me a lot. And next, if I talk about maps, so map is something that every person do face lot of difficulty in that, but in my case it was really very easy for me to do because of Toppers Word channel, because there are so many videos related to listening which helped me a lot. First of all, in case of listening, I mean in case of maps, the basic thing which we have to focus on is directions. First of all, we must know that this is north, east, west, south direction. Secondly, focus on the headings given below, like some hints like water park, or any road, or any specific mall, and we just have to focus on those headings. And then we have to look at the map. Basically, when we start understanding the map, it will be really very easy for us to solve those maps. In my case, first of all, I used to look at those below given headings. For instance, fountain, flower pot, or trees, or mall, etc. And then I used to look at map and understand, okay, this is the direction of north, this is the direction of south, so this is west, this is east. And then I used to just have a simple look. For instance, if it is a map related to a park, then I simply used to have a look at the direction. Then I used to look at those roads and given some hints. And then, for instance, if it is mentioned a tree, then in maps there are kind of trees mentioned over there, so it is really very easy to understand map. First of all, we have to focus on simply the structure, the map, not on the headings, because they are simply going to speak in the series, in the way the headings are mentioned, they are going to speak in that way. So we don't have to focus on the headings given, we have to focus on the map and the directions. Now moving forward to those particular headings and those activities which are been mentioned along with some particular names. For instance, it is one of them is very famous, that is basically like for instance some names are been given like John, Daniel, Jessica, etc. And above that there are some of the activities mentioned. For example, he working as cashier, working as shopkeeper. So in such cases sometimes people do feel some difficulty to solve that. In that case it is really very easy to solve that. First of all, just have a look at those specific names, simple. Then just focus on those activities and mark some keywords in that. Like if it is like working as cashier, mark cashier. Working as shopkeeper, mark shopkeeper. So when audio will be played, it will be easy for us to analyze the answer, as we will directly just have a look at those specific word, and it will be really time saving for us. So these are basically basically three things which are quite hard to understand but are really very scoring if it will be if we will understand how to solve that. Along with that, I want to give some suggestions. Basically, some students do something that whenever they practice their listening, they do one thing that they increase the speed of listening audio. This is really very wrong decision, I would say, because whenever we are going to give test, at that time we are having a normal audio speed. At that time it is really very difficult for us to understand the language, because this is human mind. We will definitely be habitual of that high speed. So at that time when we are going to do listening with low speed or with normal speed, it is going to be really very hard for us to understand the answer. Second thing we can say that just go over some news. Just read some of the news and listen the news in English language. It will be really very beneficial for us, as the news reporter used to speak very fast often. So at that time we will definitely be able to understand and remember the words and catch them easily. Moreover, try to go with English songs and English web series and movies without caption, because we know that in case of songs we do have different melodies, different music, different beats, and different even sometimes the speed of singing improves, sometimes it decreases, sometimes it increases. So if we will just simply listen to some English songs, definitely our listening will improve a lot. Okay. And there's something specific that sometimes we are not able to understand some particular words which are quite similar, like 19 and 90. So this is basically nasal effect. So in such kind of cases I would definitely prefer you guys to watch some native English speakers, so that our mind will definitely catch those words easily. So these are some of the tricks and tips which I used, and Toppers Word channel definitely helped me a lot along with my teacher. And surprisingly, I scored highest marks, highest bands in my IELTS in listening. And thank you everyone for listening this. And I hope that you all will definitely do hard work. And one thing more, that tips and tricks and tips are not going to work until we will practice. So practice is definitely must. So do the practice, and I hope you all best of luck and good wishes for your next step. Bye.